So, what is the life lesson that is coming up for you over and over again? You're like, oh my gosh, you would think that's like, duh, but it's coming up because it's teaching you something, obviously. What is that for you right now? For me, that life lesson is agreements, the power of agreements. And I know I speak on alignment a lot, but really, I feel like you can't align with something unless you actually agree with it, right? And agreements are, they're telling, they snitch on you. They are your op. If you say you're growing and you're not, your agreement is going to show in what ways that it is happening or it is not happening. The trickery and sorcery in agreements is that it's not in what you say, it's not in what you believe, it's not in how you tell people of all the things that are happening. Agreements reveal themselves in what you do. Agreements reveal themselves in your behavior because it's saying to yourself subconsciously, it's saying to the external factors and elements that this is who I believe I really am. This is what I believe my worth to actually be. And it is the agreement, the silent contract with life that we have on a daily, molecular, second by second, nanosecond instance where we really enact our beliefs. If you want more, it's not always that you have to say it. Sometimes you do need to push and encourage yourself with oral affirmation, right? But it's not in what you say, it's not in what you project, it's in what you do. You don't look like you want to grow. You don't look like you want better for yourself. You don't look like you want to be exposed to new opportunities. You don't look like you're moving forward, even if at first you have to have internal discussion, right? And I understand internal discussions and those internal agreements first, but ultimately, you have to have some sort of projection about what you believe, about what you say you're going to do, about your word being your bond. And I really just feel like that just kind of knocked me upside my head because for a long time I was one of those people, and I'm being very honest about my transformation process. I was one of those people that, would say over and over many things, and I would pray many things, and, things that were necessary, but I never executed. I never created action. I never had a stability plan for myself. And that thing just hit me upside the head, girl, because you really didn't believe that you were worth more. You really didn't believe that the divine, as you experience and know it, would see you higher. You kept repeating and rotating and ruminating your circles of thoughts, all of this internal dialogue because you didn't believe better. You didn't have an opportunity to agree with something better in you until you got out of your own way. And that means sometimes you have to have physical, physical mobility in order for there to be upward mobility. You know, I don't know. I wasn't trying to teach anything, but it really was a lesson that I had to learn, I guess, for many, many years. For many, many years. For many, many years. Okay. My name is Segment L, Soul Conscious Coach, and I am in the process of reclaiming my sacred femininity and teaching and encouraging, empowering Afro Indigenous women to do the same. Uh, and I believe now for the first time that I am worthy of self-honor, self-respect, and a heightened life experience for myself. So it's a pleasure to meet you. And I hope that you aren't just making silent agreements, but that you realize that what you're producing, what you're in production of in your life is the ultimate uh, projectile of your belief system. So I'll talk to you later.